over, and then it just comes over. Sometimes you can catch it with the top of your right flipper, but it's not happening.
Yep, and what we're doing right now is we're doing practice. We've got our 2 new players, and who are they, Raymond?
We got Erin Harting and Greg Harting, father and daughter from Marysville, Washington.
Excellent.
They played excellent all year in the league. So Greg is seed number 7, and Erin is seed 8.
Excellent.
And I just wanted to mention on that last game, if Tim Tournay didn't get that extra 1,000 over Steve Ackley, Steve Ackley would be straight moving on, and Tim would not be moving on. It was literally the game of inches there.
One bonus ball.
Tim Tournay, once again, the wild card winner. He wasn't even in the finals until last night. He is looking like he could go all the way. We'll stay tuned.
Absolutely. That means that he's the only player that started who's been able to hang on until right now. Steve was also one of the original players, and he's gone ahead and ended his run right now, which means that he'll be around and probably get to talk to him.
I thought what was interesting, actually, in the last round, no one picked Monster Bash in the previous rounds. You would think someone would, because probably out of the games in the bank, it'd be Monster Bash and Getaway.
It's the ones that people know the best, but you don't know what's going through people's mind. I know that I was trying to make a decision between Mousing Around and Monster Bash. I ended up picking Mousing Around simply because, I know Mousing Around and I like the game a lot, but lots of people know Monster Bash, and everyone's got their favorite Monster Bash strategy.
Yeah.
And this Monster Bash is a great Monster Bash. It's been playing clean. It's been playing fast.
It's pretty brutal when it comes out of the pops, though, and there's no ball save. The reason why I picked it and switched my strategy was because, first and foremost, I am one of the thought of play to your strength. So, which, by the way, I went against in the third game. So anyway, I picked Monster Bash because I'm like, no one else has picked it. I know how to play it. We all know how to play it. When I did the 30-second test, I noticed a couple things, and I obviously know the other players I'm playing with and the way they play in certain situations, and I picked it. And one of the reasons was for the tilt and the way the ball was coming out of the pops. So I felt pretty confident in trapping the ball, and that's why I picked it. I'm surprised no one else picked in the previous round. If anybody in the other room is about to play, I would pick the machine. It rewards drop catches, live catches. So if you have those skills, I would pick that game.
Pick some Monster Bash and get yourself some live catches. Yeah, no, the game has been playing really good. So if you feel like, just like you said, you want to play to your strengths, you're feeling confident, go ahead and let's see some Monster Bash. So the way that the warm-up works right now is our 2 new players, seeds number 7 and 8, who haven't had an opportunity to warm up, are each playing 30 seconds on each machine and then switching off to the next machine. It's an opportunity to shake the machine a little, see where the tilt is, try some shots and understand how it's bouncing, understand how the flippers are going. I noticed when I was doing my warm-up that all the games that have the black flippers are pretty dead. This game is pretty bouncy, so you're able to bounce the ball off one flipper to the next. There's also another game that's set up there. I can't remember which one it is that has blue flippers. Those are really bouncy as well. So these are the kinds of things that you're paying attention to when you're doing your warm-up, getting a feel for it so that you just have it subconsciously as you're playing the rest of the games.
Yeah, in my test, my 30-second test on 24, because I actually was going to pick the game, I noticed something on the flippers were just the way the ball was bouncing. It was, you were to bounce pass over, it was bouncing over to the opposite lane. I was like, okay,
sure,
a
little too bouncy.
I'm like, I have okay pinball skills. I'm learning, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. By the way, I noticed Pinball Joe's in this chat room. If any of you don't know Pinball Joe,
are we supposed to know Pinball Joe?
Yeah, Pinball Joe.
Hi, Pinball Joe.
Joe's got his own stream. I know he does. He's got his own channel.
Okay.
That he streams pinball with, and he's a big supporter. If I'm correct, you correct me, Joe, of the Maryland, D.C. pinball scene and some of the things he's doing over there, and some great streams I noticed this year. I just want to give him a shout out there. A bunch of people in this chat, actually. But besides that, I'm trying to think forward and not just go over out loud and process psychologically about my last round. So I really want to keep talking about it, but I'm not going to.
Yes. It's still too fresh. It's still a little raw.
Yeah. One thing I will say about what was the other game? The second game was the Sea Witch game. And I noticed this with the Super Soccer game, was the timing of the shots, whether it was on Sea-Witch hitting those right orbits in the spinner or the Super Soccer, the spinners in the middle. I couldn't get the timing down. You think you have that shot, but I think I was shooting it way too early.
Yeah.
And if you were to play those games in this tournament, that is huge to get that shot down.
Well, Raymond and I were talking about this, how as a early solid state game, it has different flipper feel than a lot of the modern games that players warm up with and play all the time. So that's why we've got a range of games from the electromechanical to the solid state to the System 11 to the dot matrix display games right now to give players who have a range of skills the opportunities to show that. The older games, they typically only have one-stage coils on their flippers, which means that they don't flip as fast, which means you need to be a little bit earlier if you're going to be able to make those shots.
That is correct. The timing of the shots, also the positioning of the sling on the machines, the way the ball bounces off the top or the bottom of the sling towards your flipper. It's that timing thing, and sometimes you're playing faster games. You're used to doing certain flipper skills, but you can't really do those sometimes. The way the ball's bouncing, like on an EM or a game like a Sea-Witch, sometimes you just got to shoot away, flip away. So just an observation I noticed just from when I was playing. And another reason why I actually picked Super Soccer, I was like, I just want to mix it up, and the game went down to the last ball. Everyone had a chance. So, that's all you want, really. You know what I mean? You want to have a chance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have fun in the tournament play. When there's something like this on the line, points, money, whatever, I don't have fun. It's like it's the eye of the tiger. It's that thing that I got. Pretty much my biggest challenge, and maybe for a lot of other people who play pinball, isn't actually me playing the game. It's me getting rid of that weird feeling in my chest and stomach.
Absolutely,
it's like
butterflies.
The butterfly. It's like, and honestly, this isn't crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I actually been studying breathing techniques and the way I position my body. And I'm young in pinball, but I'm noticing, and I notice the good players. They play calm, they play easy, or it appears that way. But that's what I've noticed.
Absolutely. Yeah. And 8th seed Greg Harting has an unfortunate house ball right there, which means that he's going to have to go ahead and pick it up in balls 2 through 5. And as Nicholas said, go ahead and recover those nerves, get it under control. Tim Tournay, the player who advanced from the last round, playing his ball 1 right now. He's got a couple thousand in bonus and did an okay attempt to slow the ball down right there. Took an on-the-fly shot to the bonus collect hole. Ended up getting it on the rebound, which gives him those 2,000 right now.
So Pinball Joe in the chat's asking you that it got picked again. Well, when we go into the next round, the highest seed, those are the people coming in, or not coming in, who are waiting. They get to pick first. They get to pick any game that they want, so they pick that.
Mm-hmm. And I believe that the pick goes back and forth between the 2 entrants of this seed.
Yes.
And right there, Tim is able to make advantage of the gate on the right, get himself another plunge, get himself another 1,000 in bonus ball right there. That's the bounce that you were talking about on the left and right rails. That extra post that goes ahead and sends it right into the middle. Ooh, a nice little tip from the right flipper to keep it under control. And he's back into that, takes down 2 more 1,000.
Early in the earlier rounds, I saw games over 40,000 here. And I noticed this. We'll see what happens this game, but our game that we played earlier wasn't even close to that. So.
Yeah, people can take it away. Depends on if it comes together.
That back and forth.
Ooh.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, that's.
Yep. Tried to do some judicious bouncing, but didn't work out.
That right out lane, I think, is savable. I don't know how hard you can nudge the machine or hit it to the side, but something I was thinking I should have done, but I think you can do it. We'll see if anybody tries, if they start to figure it out, any of the newer players at least.
Macthonic from the chat room is asking how we open the right gate to get you into the plunger.
That's a good question. I don't know how it happened in our last game. Maybe someone in the chat can drop some knowledge on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite sure either. Bounce off the rail. And the gate was open, so he was able to recover that. and get a lucky plunge into the bonus ball.
It's not. It looked like he could have had that actually, but it just.
Yeah, that one was tricky.
Yeah. It's actually, playing similar games like 300 or Top Score or so on and so forth. They almost have the same design. It seems like you can hit those scoops up there really easily, but on this game you can't.
I was having trouble hitting that scoop. I had at least a couple lift outs when I was trying to shoot the direct shot in there. Erin picks up a scoop right there. She's starting her first ball. She's player 4. She is entering as the, I believe, the number 8 seed on the 4th round. And unfortunately, isn't able to claw that one back to life.
The ball before and the one that we just saw, it's coming off of the top left there, and you think it's going to drop on the flipper. And not that it curves or anything, but I just think you think you have it.
Doesn't have the gravity that you're imagining. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, and sometimes it'll hit the tip of the flipper, but it's going down the middle.
Greg's happy about bouncing back into collecting that bonus ball right there. And a little tip, and he takes that one down.
It's interesting to see, who can dial the spinner shot down to build up the bonus.
Yeah, with those juice spinners, you can get 3,000 in bonus with a really good shot right up the middle. And as Raymond was mentioning earlier, the center jet bumper is worth 1,000 points, which means you can pick it up right there. Yes. Greg ends his second ball with 16,000, currently in first place, but Tim's pretty close behind him and up right now, player 2.
I have a feeling that this will be a ball 5 game again. Because we have 2 new players jumping in here. We got Tim and Erin, who just played the last round. We just played on this game, and we have 2 new players. They probably won't really start feeling the game until ball 4.
Mm-hmm. Tim was making moves there, trying to bounce it back into the skill shot. Unfortunately, didn't work out for him, and he ends up draining pretty quickly. Doesn't quite pass Greg Harting, which means that Greg is hanging on to first place after the first 2 balls, with Erin and Erin still to play their ball 2 right now. Erin Garberding.
It seemed like he was trying to decide whether the short plunge or just go right there for the full plunge. And there it is again, the right out lane.
Yeah, that right out lane has eaten several balls today.
It's the star of the show right now, the right out lane.
Erin Harting, currently with her second ball.
Erin's a up-and-coming great young player here.
Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely you'll be seeing her more and more here in the next so many years.
She almost flipped that right out lane, but instead it went ahead, bounced, hit the
jinx ya.
Tip of the left flipper, and straight down the middle. Greg going to try and maintain and expand his lead right now. This is ball 3, but of a 5-ball game. As you can see on ball 3, we start to get more of the skill shot lights that are lit, which means we have 2 of them on the lanes. Greg doesn't hit either of them, but they're still going to be lit, which means he can continue to collect those and pick up bonus balls as he's going on.
The way this game is playing tonight, you want to definitely try to get the skill shot. It's just worth so many points on each ball, like total-wise, because the way the games are turning out, the games are close. You definitely want to shoot for it.
They are, and you can pick those up either on demand with the hole in the upper left, or when you drain, he goes ahead and gets one.
That's a nice save right
Good
there.
recovery, yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The ball has a tendency to go past those scoops too sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So
nice.
he gets 1 and 2 from the mystery and 3 from the mystery. Pretty good. And he drains, but he picked up 3,000 right at the end, so not too shabby.
That's pretty good, the way the game is going.
Yes. To you, too. After 3 balls, Greg currently in first place, 10,000 behind Tim Tournay, who's playing his 3rd ball right now.
All right, I'm curious to see how the plunge goes here. People are going to short plunge. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Couple strategies, because you can either try the short plunge, that's the safe thing to do, or you can do the long plunge and then try and get back there and bounce it. Looks like he did the long plunge and trying to control it from the bounce, and he got it. Worked out for him. Picked up that bonus ball. Notice how on another game you might want to try and do a either a live catch or just hold the flipper up there. But on this game, Tim's flipping it away, and that's either his style or it's the game. The electromechanical games, it's a lot harder to control the ball.
You have to have that dialed in if you're going to try to catch the ball there. I was flipping away. It could be nerves too at the same time. You're just trying to survive. But I understand what you're saying about the strategy. The other thing is you don't shoot for that. You don't shoot for the skill shot. You want to drop to the left where the scoops are. Hopefully the pops bump it in there and you get some points. But it's like, what do you do? What's easier? Where do you feel like you're in the most control? So.
Also, pay a lot of attention to that center, the center jet bumper that Raymond was mentioning. Could be worth 1,000 points a hit. So if you get up there and you're able to keep action going on it, that can be worth a lot of points right there. Erin making some tricky moves to keep it under control. Again, flipping it away rather than doing the bounce pass.
First time we see even one spinner. Oh, there it gets some bounce up. See, that's it. That's the part about the spinner there coming out. It's a risky shot.
Also, the part about this fast game where you're doing a lot of these reflex, shoot it away moves rather than trying to slow it down. The ball moves and it can just keep going. Erin Harting playing ball 3.
See, that's nice when it comes on the left flipper like that. That's what you want. But
ooh, nice little tip.
Nice little tip pass there.
Trying to get it under control. A little too squirrely. And unfortunately out. But Erin's able to pick up some bonus balls as she goes down, which means that she's going to end the ball with 16,000 points in third place. It looks like we've got Greg and Tim in first and second place. And then we've got the Erins taking third and fourth place right now. But everyone's still close together. It's ball 4, and there's still plenty of opportunity for anyone to pull ahead.
If I were to plunge and you'd get it into that second from the left lane on top is where I would personally like it to be. So.
Yeah. Are you talking about just because of the way it's going to come down, or the fact that you get into that center?
That hits the bumper, and then you don't have the risk of it coming off that top right rail.
Okay, I hear you.
Oh, nice.
Very lucky little in lane right there. Some reflexive shots fired away, trying to fire up the spinner. If you happen to make a clean spinner shot, that's going to be several, at least a couple thousand.
Another nice in lane there. A little slight nudge to get that.
Right there, 2,000.
Yeah, it comes with enough velocity off the right. You can get it on the left flipper. So
Greg
that's a
did
huge.
Exactly what he wanted to do. He built up that bonus and he's melting it down, and that's going to clear him and first put him in a commanding first place right now, and clear his bonus so that he can collect more bonus balls for later. He doesn't do that, but
he's got to be feeling good when that ball went in that scoop. I'm sure he had a rush go through his body, and it's we haven't really seen a huge cash in like that this game, and he just did it.
The last couple games, Super Soccer's been pretty stingy, but Greg at 43,000 is currently a little less than 20,000 ahead of the second place player, who's Tim Tournay, who's starting his ball right now. Makes it into the skill shot. Makes it into a couple skill shots. That's the thing, because they stay lit. You can go up and down, and you can pick up 3,000 just like Tim did.
Spinner.
Almost came back.
I thought he was going to pull that one out. He probably did too.
Almost came back, but yeah. Tim in 33,000. Looks like Tim didn't see the bounce back, so
it was close.
I always got to pay attention. It can always be recovered. Erin starting ball 4.
Oh, no. Nice little bounce there. Favorable bounce.
And immediately pulls down those 2,000.
You take it. Take those points. Oh,
and that's risky, and unfortunately out. Erin Harting, ball 4.
We'll see the next ball. We got the double bonus, if I'm correct.
Absolutely.
Change the whole game.
Yeah, and Erin may be in last place right now, but she's not that far from any of the people in front of her, so it's absolutely possible to pull it back. Erin picking up a couple bonus balls right off the bat.
Nice save there. Spinner was still going. She went back through.
Yeah, what happens is if you go through the spinner, then you happen to hit it the other way, it can go ahead and kill that momentum. But, oh, that was a great save,
save.
right, left, right there. That's very good.
The gods are smiling.
Unfortunately, that's it for ball 4, but still got a ball to go. And
she's in contention. Everybody's there. You know, the way the
everyone's still in
ball
play.
5 works on this thing. So
double
we'll see.
bonus is lit, and that double bonus is going to award for you if you drain or if you go into the bonus collect hole. So it's possible to get double bonus both ways.
No.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thanks.
Greg playing ball 5 right now is double bonus ball, and he doesn't get so many, but he's able to pick up 2 times, I think 4 that was, for 8,000 more and end at 53,000, which is pretty good first place right now. Let's see what Tim, Erin, and Erin can do.
What? I know, but it was double. That killed me.
You get the skill shot. I can't remember here. You get the skill shot. Does it? How many bonus balls does it throw in?
It's going to be one for every time you go through a lit in lane, but those stay lit, which means that Tim gets 1 right there, and if he goes back up there, he can get more.
That just scares me when it comes slow out of the spinner. It just
Yes. You're just watching it. So the thing about double bonus is Tim already has 8,000 lined up for him when he drains, which isn't going to put him in first place, but puts him in a solid second right now as Erin and Erin, both at 20,000, going to try and see what they can do on the final ball.
I'm really curious to see how Aaron's going to perform here on the last ball because it was a huge last ball in the last round on this. He was the last player. I know he wants to try to get to the first place here. Let's see how if he's taking it up another level.
Yeah, as the first game of the round, everyone.
That's listen. That doesn't matter how good you are.
Yes,
okay?
That's the house.
Yeah, that's harsh. Harsh house.
The house. He had a few thousand bonus balls. Don't know where they came from, but brings him to 28. Erin Harting is going to need 8,000 to advance into third place. Is going to need 23,000 to advance into second place.
Oh, she missed the plunge right there. The skill shot that could be huge.
Mm-hmm. That's 2,000, but that's going to help
nice
her
bounce
out.
there.
1,
Yep.
2 from the mystery.
Wow.
And unfortunately,
are.
that's not going to be enough to advance her.
Wow.
Oh, barely not going to be enough to advance her, which means that Erin Harting barely by, it looks
what
like
is that,
30 points.
30 points.
30 points, unfortunately.
Not 30 million,
points.
not
Nope.
3 million.
Mm-hmm.
30
points. Or 3 slings on most games.
Yeah, yeah, 3 slings.
Yes.
Okay, Erin.
Oh, sorry. All right, sorry. That's what happened with Kevin. Sorry. How many more games? Someone in the chat has asked.
We've got 2 more games of this round, and then this is the 4th round. We've got 6 rounds after this, so we've got an entire day worth of pinball. We started at 10:30 this morning, and we're going to be going on, as late as it goes, probably until 10 or so at night. I've been joking Raymond is going to be joining us on the last round, joking that he's going to start at 4 a.m. probably.
Well, knowing some
goes.
of the players at the top, and after watching these games, it's going to be someone who picks. It won't be the top players that pick Super Soccer. Okay, it's going to be Getaway. It's going to be Getaway or 24. It's going to be DMD unless somebody else comes in and wants to throw the mix. But hi, Justin Day. You said what up, y'all, and I just want to acknowledge you there on the chat.
Absolutely, and Bellingham Pinball. I don't know who that is, but if I had to guess, I know a couple of Bellinghamsters up there in the Bellingham Pinball League, probably with the cutest shirts of any of the pinball leagues. Not sure if you've seen those.
You know, earlier this year, Matt, I didn't get up to go. They had a tournament up there in Bellingham, didn't
yes.
they? Mm-hmm.
They've had a few. I know a few people up in Bellingham have been making Bellingham quite the pinball scene. The Shakedown is a bar that has a few pinball machines in downtown Bellingham. My friend Colin Topolsky has been routing a few games up in Bellingham, and it's turned into quite a thing. If you're going to talk, you're going to have to get right into the microphone.
Yeah, Shakedown, I think, also is adding like a second. Like they're turning into a big pinball bar now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know the details, but I do know that Bellingham Pinball is definitely picking up. I went to school in Bellingham about 5 years ago, and let me tell you, I wish that I had that kind of pinball when I was up there.
Well, I'm actually glad, at least for the state of Washington, because I mean, pretty much everything's centered in Seattle. I know there's players in Bellingham. I know there's players in Spokane. You know, and if you really want to have a true state championship, which we are going to have in January, you want people from everywhere. You know, and
Absolutely.
someone's telling us what to do, and I have no clue what he's talking about, but we're going to do it.
People say things. Anyway, we're going into our second game of round 4. We don't know what it's going to be. We're about to find out. The video camera is moving around. It's moving to the left. It's moving to getaway.
Oh, let's look at the chat there. We have MAK over there letting us know how the gate opens up on Super Soccer.
Says it's the right orbit rollover. I'm not sure which rollover that is. What is the right orbit rollover in that
He'll
game?
let us know. It's either it can't be the far top right in lane, or it's you know that little upper right wall I was talking about where the ball falls
Sure.
off?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
That.
There's a lane there, right? There's a lane to the right of the jet bumpers that goes ahead and feeds that right wall. Yeah, okay.
I'm not too sure about that, but I'm thinking that's what it is.
Okay.
So, hey, Matt, this is your game.
This is my game. It's
This
my
is your
pick.
actual pinball game.
And
here.
I got 4th place on it, but it's an amazing game. Getaway High Speed 2. People were talking earlier about the bugs in this game. I want to set the record straight. Every game or every ROM of the Getaway has a different collection of bugs. I'm running L5, which is the latest ROM, and the bugs that it has includes the multi-ball bug, where every time that you shoot into the lock, right, whether you're locking a ball or collecting a jackpot, it counts as a virtual lock. And every third virtual lock, you're going to go ahead and start multi-ball. And that includes if you're in Redline Mania and then shoot for a jackpot, and that happens to be modulo 3, right, your third virtual lock, that'll go ahead and start a regular multi-ball at the same time as your Redline Mania. What that does is it causes the jackpot to go back down to 25 million points, which means that the next jackpot that you get after you start multi-ball will be 25,000 million points. It'll also kick out, refeed your balls and give you a new ball saver, which means that if you're in Redline Mania,
that's huge.
And and you're down to 2 balls, and you shoot the lock, and that goes ahead and gives you your jackpot. If it's the right one, it can go ahead and refeed your multi-ball.
So
and your supers are still going to be set at 100.
There's probably maybe 3 or 4 people in this house right now that probably really know that.
That's right.
You
So
know?
that's why
Yeah.
I'm trying to give everyone the equal opportunity. The audience is watching, so they have all the opportunity to pick that up.
All right, I'm going to let Kevin sit here. Yes? Does Kevin want to sit down?
Kevin might want to sit down.
Kevin's got to do something. I know him. He's antsy. Hello.
Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't know why it was so complicated.
Here. Let me see. Well, we can hang it right over the Christmas lights as long as it stays. Here, I can move here. Oops, I just unplugged something. There you go. Can you shove it off? There's some counterbalance.
Alright, we're good.
This is actually, I think this will be okay, Erin.
Okay. Well, I am sure, so it won't bother me.
Let me fix it just in case.
You gonna tape it to the door?
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
So these are tournament games.
be well underway by now.
It is.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We're 4 or 5 rounds into it.
Come on, binge draw. Everything okay? Check it out. Make sure everything's in place.
Yep.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Kicking off Game 2 of Round 4 of the 2014 Seattle Pinball League Finals. Erin Harting kicking things off. It's going to be Erin, Tim Tournay, Erin, and Greg Harting. Erin advances to second gear on her first ball and ends with 10 million. Tim Tournay up next, player 2. I think Tim was saying that he liked to go ahead and rev up the engine before he started, which is good. You don't want to start the game cold, right? Gotta rev up that engine. A shot with the upper flipper. We were talking. No one yet has had the has tried to let the ball drain and had the free ride bring it back to give you a free RPM. And unfortunately, Tim Tournay doesn't make much more progress. Just on the second gear on his first ball of the second game of round 4.
10,500,000 cap on this thing. They're both the same.
Should be on now.
Erin Garberding advancing to his third gear right now.
Yep.
And he's having the best ball so far. Getaway's been pretty mean. He's able to take his first lockdown through a shot with the upper right flipper through the inner loop. Erin taking it pretty fast and loose rather than slowing it down and taking control there, taking it on the fly. Unfortunate bounce sends it down the right out lane. So Greg Harting starts his first ball.
Gotta love that ZZ Top in the background.
ZZ Top. I think this was the first game that had a complete song end-to-end, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
The sequel to High Speed 1, a great System 11 game.
But it's great because it's still in the FM synth era of Williams games before they went to DCS sound. So you just get these crazy, like, oh, it's beautiful. Anyway,
nice little tip right there from Greg Harting. All right, advance to second gear. Every time you advance a gear, it lights both.
Oh,
that's a
the
great,
Lazarus.
Lovely Lazarus to keep himself in play. I was quickly mentioning that every time you shift gears, it lights both in lanes. The left in lane is lit for double RPM. The right in lane is lit for double freeway. So players, definitely want to go for that if they're working on trying to advance the gears. Unfortunately, he's not able to keep it alive for too much longer.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
that was something.
That was a nice Lazarus right
Okay,
there.
so no players have their video mode, I don't think.
Yeah, no one has blown up this game on ball one, which means
So
that
it's
they're all-
really, it's all open at this point.
absolutely. None of them have made much progress towards multi-ball. I believe that one player has gotten their first lock.
And the thing is, too, with this game, it's not like, oh, these players have nothing and they have a long road ahead of them. Like, Getaway is a very shallow game. You can, like, get to the end of the game in 3 minutes, you
Absolutely.
know? So there's a lot at stake still.
All the players pretty tight in their scores right now, between 10 and 20 million. Tim Tournay playing ball 2 right now. Tim Tournay has his lock lit, unfortunately isn't able to make it. Erin Garberding. One RPM away. That's going to put him in fourth gear, which is going to go ahead and light his video mode on the middle. Unfortunately, he's not able to pick it up, but that'll be ready for him on ball 3. Again, all of the players still hanging out pretty tightly clustered between 10 and 30 million. Greg Harting also has his lock lit. It looks like that he has his second lock lit. So he's furthest along towards multi-ball, but again, only on gear 2, so less progress than other players on RPMs. Unfortunately, drained that one. He's going to be probably going for his multi-ball on ball 3, try and pick up whichever locks he has qualified, and then qualify the last lock. For the first multi-ball, the center ramp will go ahead and spot you a traffic light, so that's a way to get it. Erin Harting with an unfortunate little bounce to the out lane. That ends her game right here at 33 million, which is going to be in first place right now, but all of the players are pretty close behind, and they're going to have an opportunity right now to see what they can do with this game.
Now,
no one has started multi-ball yet.
If I were playing this game right now, well, it's ball 3. I don't know if I would go for the free RPMs trick, but I don't know.
We were
Probably
mentioning earlier that none of the players have done it yet today. Tim Tournay isn't doing that. He's basically trying to advance gears right now.
One gear. That's like 5 shots to that video mode. But you know what? That scoop is killer to hit. The saucer is killer to hit when you need to hit it.
Also has his second lock collected right there.
Secret Mania.
Not doing his Secret Mania because he knows better.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea. Don't ever do it.
Never do Secret Mania. Looks like he's going
Kick back into the saucer for 5 mil. Mm-hmm. Oh, for the red line. So,
that
video
means his
mode
video
is
mode
lit.
is lit right now.
And that supercharger is going to be almost 10 mil, I think.
It's also going to spot him one of his 3 traffic lights. Or
Get that video.
He only has he's got his lock lit right now, which means if he's
Tragic.
able to get the left orbit or the inner loop, he's able to start multi-ball. And
Tragic.
One multi-ball jackpot will go ahead and pretty much take you in front of all of the scores that we have on the field right now. I don't know what the backhand to the video mode was, but
And there it
he
is.
gets the one time
There it is,
into
okay.
the left orbit, starts multi-ball.
All right.
He's going to need 10 loops up the supercharger in order to light jackpot. The balls are going to come 1, 2, 3 from the lock to the right flipper. Line him up for on-the-fly shots. Let's see. 1, miss, 2, and he's got it. 3. He's got them both in there. The left ball cradled on the left flipper.
Yeah, and now when we say 10 loops, each shot up there gives you 10 loops. So
Correct.
it's one shot.
Yes.
So,
One shot if it's able to complete
And
all
now-
the way. And he's got his multi-ball jackpot. 25 million is going to put him in first place
Okay,
right now.
And now he needs 20 loops, so 2 shots for the Super Delight. There's one. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. And that's Super, I believe. Is it 50
It's
million?
going to be 50 million,
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
And he's got his, let's see, get in that supercharger. You know you want it. Ho-ho!
All right, let's see what happens here. Get it? Oh.
He's trying to take control on the right flipper so that he can make a shot, but unfortunately the balls have been a
Oh,
little too
that was
active.
a
He's not
little
able to do it.
fumble there. But you know what? He can't be mad about that. That's a good situation to be in.
In first place right now.
And he's got his video
the only
mode.
player who's
Gear
completed
5.
multi-ball and gotten his jackpot. Let's see if he can finish this video
If he
mode. Pick up
finishes
another
it-
28 million.
Yep, exactly. No one's found the perfect pixel.
It's not one pixel. You're basically going back and forth one little unit.
Yeah.
On the when you're riding the
Yeah.
left between the center and left lane in a supercharger mode. Let's see how he plays this one. We've seen other players do the trick where you shoot the supercharger for the 5+ million and then bounce it from the left flipper onto the right and in. Let's see what he does. He's gonna just take it away and try and shoot for the orbits or for the eject hole. That's another way to do it, but those shots are a little more out of control and only worth 5 million each instead of 5+. Unfortunately, that's it for Tim Tournay, but at 100 and probably coming on to 117 after his bonus. Actually now probably 100 and... Yeah, there he goes, 18. Doing pretty good right there. A little more to take him over to 123. Erin Garberding, ball 3.
All right, and he's already played his video mode, so
It looks like
Oh.
it's lit, actually.
okay. Oh no, he hasn't played it. Yeah, it's just lit. I was like, what? Okay.
And it looks like he's got one lock completed.
He should cash in that video mode.
He's getting supercharger mode right now, so let's see how he's going to play this.
Will he hose himself by playing Supercharger and draining before he gets to play his video mode?
Well, I personally, whenever I play Getaway Call, there's
see?
instant drain mode.
Yep, that's that.
for this exact reason.
That's literally what happens.
Unfortunately, that's going to mean that Erin can't pick up first place this game. Greg Harting is going to try and pass Tim Tournay right now.
But Erin is locked in at least 1 point. So
Yep.
it's good for him. Taking a 0 is rough.
Greg Harting has, it looks, at least 20 million to advance into second place, and then going to be probably another 70 or 80 million after that in order to advance to first place. A nice little tricky flipper maneuver right there to keep the ball in play. Shooting right orbits. Advances to the third gear. Again, was trying to trap that up, but the ball had too much momentum for him to stop it on the left flipper there, and unfortunately he's not able to pull it together, which means that we're going to end with Tim Tournay in first place, and I think that it's Erin Garberding in second place, Greg Harting, or no, I think it might be Erin Harting.
Yeah,
in
Erin
third
Harting will
place,
take third.
and then Greg Harting in fourth place.
Greg, you're up. Game or position?
I guess game.
Okay.
I guess Monster Bash.
Erin? Position?
Fourth.
And Garberding?
we need to? We'll find out here shortly. Hold on. Pull this out of here.
Yeah, we need Todd.
No, because then all this stuff would be way too close.
Maybe?
Just pull through. So,
I need that more, yeah.
All right, we are going to Monster Bash. I believe that's Erin's pick.
Beautiful.
if I can get that from here or not.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Just as a side note
That's all I
here,
need. So now I
the
can
other
reach
night
here.
Kevin was here watching Kaylee play the Theater of Magic, right?
Yes.
Yes. And he rolled it, yes?
Yes. 12 billion.
Okay, so Kaylee just walked up to the machine again, and I asked him why. Like, what else can you do? Like, why would you play the game? Like, what else can you do? And he just laughed at me, but just thought I'd let you know about that.
I'm pretty sure there's a voice call in Medieval Madness that's actually the answer to that question, and that voice call is, again!
I know Kaylee can hear me while he's playing that game. See?
Trying to
No.
psych him out just a little bit? Nah.
Oh, boy.
Don't train, don't train. Monster Bash.
There we go. Perfect. Actually got one good this time. For now, until I...
She, you know, it would be the thing.
I'll zoom back a bit.
Just take like a,
Right, zoom back up.
couldn't do a little marker, but
Oh, no, just...
mark exactly where that's.
Here, I got it.
No.
Bobby is better.
After the first two games of the fourth round of the 2014 Seattle Pinball League Finals, Tim Tournay is in first place with 6 points, Greg Harting in second place with 4 points, Erin Garberding with 3 points, and Erin Harting with 1 point. Erin has chosen to play Monster Bash. So, actually, I think that was Greg,
Greg,
correct?
that was Greg's
Greg
choice.
has chosen to play Monster
I
Bash.
totally know that either of them would pick Monster Bash at this point. They have one. They love this game.
Beautiful game. It's been playing wonderful.
You know,
we haven't seen it played a lot, so...
This is the game that if you are confident that you can make your shots, this is the game to pick because it will not drain you unless you miss your shots, at which point it will immediately drain you. So-
That's right. There's a lot of high strategy in this game with different ways to play it, different ways to stack it, and different risk-reward trade-offs with points now versus points later. Let's go ahead and see what we can do if we're going to get into a Monster Bash, maybe a Monsters of Rock, maybe see if someone wants to switch it up and go for Mosh Pit Multi-Ball. Plenty to do. Make sure that you're good on that center spinner no matter what, so that you can go ahead and use it to restart the timer for your ball and chain. Lots of things to do in this game. Greg Harting is going to kick us off, then Tim Tournay, Erin Garberding, and then Erin Harting is going to be player 4. This is the third game of the fourth round, which means that the top two finishers of the top two finishers here are going to be advancing to the next round. The top three are going to be advancing. We've finally hit it. All right. So the top three, which means the bottom one is going to be eliminated on this.
All right.
The fourth round of the Seattle Pinball League Finals.
Yeah, so nothing is set in stone here. Anyone could be eliminated except Tim. Definitely Tim is through, so...
And here comes Greg, kicking off ball 1 on Monster Bash.
But you know, when you're in this situation like Tim is...
An instant Frank hit that bounces right back.
Tim is in an interesting situation because you might think, oh, well, he'll just let off the gas because he doesn't care about this game. But he needs to be using it to find out everything he possibly can about this game right now.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to have to be playing it all day, so...
And Tim was our wildcard winner. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So that means that he's been playing since the morning, and he's going to be playing until late at night if he's able to hang on.
Yeah, you know he's been playing... He's been on fire today, and I guess I expect nothing less from him, so...
He's been flipping around at pretty much everything on the playfield, which is what you want to do on this game to start things off. You want to, in a balanced way, get all the monsters ready to go. He's made a few Frank hits, so he's gotten that close, unfortunately.
That was unfortunate.
Yep, flip fumble right there, down the middle.
And then, we had Kaylee on earlier, and he was just saying, I go for Monsters of Rock every game. It's
Well,
30
of course.
shots.
That's the only thing to do.
That's really, that's the thing, is that's kind of your approach in this game, and then you end up getting what you get out of it. Worst case, you get a bash, basically. So... Oh, and that's just brutal.
Unfortunate for Tim Tournay.
That's just gone. There's
Yep.
no ball save. The tilt
And
is tight.
No outlane post, as you saw. So Tim was shaking it, but unfortunately there was nothing for him to shake it off
There's
of.
no outlane post and no rubber on the inlane post. So, yeah, this game is hard. So
And if you're going to have Monster Bash in a tournament, you want to set it up hard. That's the way to do it, to keep the ball times low.
Yep.
Erin Garberding.
Because that's the thing is if you still make your shots, the game plays like normal. It's only when you miss them that you drink. So
Absolutely.
or when you shoot Frank in the wrong spot, then you drink.
Which is why you oftentimes see players going for Frank right off the bat when there's still a ball saver. It doesn't look like there's any
no
ball
ball
saver on
saver.
this game, though, so there's no advantage to
Yep.
doing that, unfortunately. That looked like a bride.
I would actually be tempted to pick off some Frank hits on ball 1, just so I know that no matter what happens with the modes, I'm gonna power in
Get
lane.
a multi-ball.
I'd get a multi.
Yes.
Or I might go for a mosh pit multi.
Yeah,
Depends.
that's the other way to do it. If you don't have the
Brutal.
ball saver to help you out when you're taking your Frank shots, unfortunately, the out lanes without the rubbers and without the post goes ahead and
Yeah,
claims
you know,
another victim.
when you have no rubber on the in-lane post, you get a lot more of those crazy taxi turns.
Yeah, that's right, because there's nothing to stop the ball as it's going up the in lane.
Yeah, so
Erin Harting on her first ball of Monster Bash. Erin Harting only has 1 point, which means she really needs to go ahead and have a good game here if she's going to advance to the next round.
yes, she unless Erin Garberding gets last, Erin basically needs to win this game. So back in. Nice. Okay. Smooth move.
Oh, and unfortunately,
And I mean that's one of those things that would on a normal bash be just totally fine,
it
but
could come
not
back.
here.
But yeah, and we're going to see a lot more of those this game and today probably.
Yeah. Okay, Greg is making his move. Yeah. He's got a few hits left to Frank. Tournament mode, the scoop is just going to give you 75,000 every time.
You can't 75,000 your way to success.
No.
It's like trying to, in a balanced way, continue to work on those monsters. Some Bride hits are going to make Bride closer. He's getting Frank hits, what look like missed Bride shots, so you get double duty right there. Some Karams into Dracula there. Work on the Wolfman. Again, nice and balanced, exactly what you want to do. If you're going for the big point strategy, which is going to go ahead and stack everything together in your Frankenstein multi-ball.
And the thing is, I feel like the way this is playing, you should still try and do that.
That's what he's doing, working on Creature right now. Again, balance, get those creatures.
Oh, he didn't even try and catch it out of that feed. I'm curious as to how that's playing.
Yeah, there are lots of different ways that the feed from the creature can work, and a couple different ways
Sometimes,
to do it.
if it's easy, I mean, you can just like send it back to the right flipper and jam it 4 or 5 times, you know?
So let's see. With Frank open, he doesn't want to shoot Frank.
No, 'cause
so
it's
I know,
ready
but he's-
for ball 3.
I know, but he's taking on-the-fly shots with the lower right flipper.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
So that's just what I'm saying. He's going to work to try and
So-
avoid Frank.
He's in a very tough situation now because if he doesn't start it on ball 3,
That's right.
you know, that's not good.
So going into ball 3, how many monsters is he going to try and bring into Frank?
To
or
be
is he
honest,
just going to go ahead and take it down?
If I was in his situation right now, I would just say none. Just start Frank.
Well,
just
here's
go.
the thing. As player 1, he doesn't know what the
But
all of the other players
That's
are going to
true.
be doing.
That's true. But he really only needs 1 point to guarantee himself to move on. So
It's true. Tim Tournay starting his ball 2 right now. Tim hasn't quite made much progress, but taking a couple shots at Frank, trying to get that ready. Taking a couple shots around the rest of the playfield.
although he doesn't know where the other players are at or what they're going to end up at, he does know probably how many hits they have left on Frank. So, if it were me, I would use that information to determine whether or not to add modes in.
Absolutely.
But
with
really, at this point, with no ball save, I just wouldn't do it. I would, it's not like he has all the modes ready, so it's not like he's going to get a bash out of it.
So you
I would
saw
just
Tim
start.
tried the live catch from the creature kick out, and it actually hit it into the sling and out of control, and that's what ended his ball. So that's something that
Maybe-
other players may want to
maybe a-
pay attention
maybe
to
a
as far
bounce
as
pass
the creature
works.
return.
But bounce pass from there is a little shaky too. So.
Why, thank you.
Okay. Oh,
Erin Garberding.
yeah.
It's a sling to the out lane.
We are not
Those
kidding.
wide out lanes.
So Garberding is in a. Oh, actually, Erin. No. Garberding may. Yeah, that's tough. Basically, 3 players have no score. The other player has a multi ready.
But no one has pulled the trigger yet.
No.
So we're going to go ahead and see how many monsters people bring into their multi-balls. Erin Harting, unfortunately, isn't able to keep that one alive.
She's
And
got
she
no
doesn't have
hits.
very many progress around the playfield, and Erin Harting really needs to have an excellent ball 3 in order to continue on the on to the next round.
Yep.
Greg
So-
Harting
Okay, here
has
it is.
Frank open, has Wolfman ready to go, has Bride 2 shots away, has 3 shots
Oh,
to Preacher.
hey, 1 shot before Mosh Pit is lit. That'll be interesting.
there you
I
go.
wouldn't go for it. but-
Oh, no. And just like you said, had it all lined up.
Yep. 2 multis
Went-
lined up and
went
just
for
nope.
went for some of the other monsters, wasn't able to start his multi-ball.
He never really got
So,
control. So
Yeah, Greg's going to end with 10 million points, which is currently first place, but not for long, unfortunately, on Monster Bash. Let's go ahead and see what Tim Tournay is able to do.
And there's his multi.
He just goes right into it. He's not going to bring any other monsters. He knows that the way this game is playing, 1 missed shot can send you down the out lane.
you know, even those million supers, it's like that's enough
That's
to put you in
points.
first. So
Yeah, absolutely.
if I was in his situation, I would just pull the trigger.
Oh, and unfortunately, the double outlane drain, 1 from the left, 1 from the right. Tim is back into single ball play.
And he's not at 10 million.
No, but let's see what else he has lit on the field.
Actually, you know, I would shoot the spinner at this point.
Jeez. How many shots away from Mosh Pit do you think he is?
Uh,
Maybe 4?
4, yeah, I think.
He's going to try last chance to get the
keyboard.
keyboard. A couple more bashes may give him a couple million for to take down first place.
Oh, 2 misses.
He just wants to pass Greg right now.
2 mil super. There we go. So he's past Greg.
So he's just past Greg, but hasn't put very much distance between him and the Erins, who are going to be up. Erin Garberding up next, Erin Harting after that.
Yep.
Both Erin Garberding and Erin Harting haven't made much progress on the playfield.
No,
but
they're gonna need a serious ball. so-
correct, but they also haven't pulled the trigger on any of their multi-balls.
But
so
they
have
also
that-
don't, they also don't have a trigger to pull because they have 4
Correct.
shots to the multi. So we'll
So-
see. They got some work.
They're working for it.
Ah,
Absolutely,
that
and it's
same-
not going to work out
I
for
feel
Erin
like
Garberding, who's
that
gonna
happened
end.
to Garberding earlier in the game too with that
Yep.
post out. I mean, it's just rough.
So Erin is going to end in last place, which means that Erin Garberding is going to end with 3 points. If Erin Harting wants to survive, Erin Harting needs to get at least second place to play a tiebreaker
Erin
with
Harting,
Erin Garberding.
yeah, Erin Harting needs to pass 12 million, I think. No, 10 million. Sorry, 10 million. So
That's right, in order to play a tiebreaker with Erin Garberding.
Yep, and 12 million to advance.
Couple shots to Frank.
Oh, and that is the
not able
end
to
of
do
Erin
it.
Harting's tournament.
Unfortunately, yes. So it's going to end up with Erin Harting taking third place for 1 more point, 2 points total, not enough to advance, which means that Erin Garberding, Tim Tournay, and Greg Harting are going to advance to round 5 of the 2014 Seattle Pinball League Finals.
Awesome. Oh, what game is this from?
That would be from Mousin' Around.
Really?
Yes.
This is from Mouse?
Apparently, yes. We got all sorts of cute little
Oh,
pinball
maybe
music
is
to
it
play.
like the music you get when you get a high score or something? I don't know.
That sounds correct.
Ah,
It's the music you get when you download pinball music from the internet. It's the 2014
don't tell the WMS lawyers.
Seattle Pinball League. Totally official, totally legal. Not in any way taking some music off the internet. Pinball League Finals.
Awesome. Okay.
So we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with round 5 in just a little bit.